Hello, everybody, and welcome to the AMPM podcast. My name is Manny Coates, and I will be your host, and this is the show where we discuss all things Amazon private label and how to generate recurring revenue streams 24 hours per day during the AM and the PM, hence the name of the show. Get it? AMPM podcast. As a matter of fact, our whole office went out to see Justice League. I always wondered what superpower I would have if I had a choice. But while I was watching those superheroes do their things, I was making money. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. Hey guys, I am here with Sergio Vargas. He's the product manager at GenVideo. Sergio, thank you for coming on the show.
Hi, thanks. Happy to be here.
So a little bit about you. You've been with the company for how many years now?
I've been there a little over 2 years now.
2 years. And tell us very quickly, what is GenVideo?
Sure. GenVideo is actually a lot older than expected. It's almost about 12 years. I used to go by a company called Expo TV. And right before I joined there in the summer of 2015, they rebranded as GenVideo, kind of focusing more on high quality videos and working on with influencers on YouTube and some other social channels as well. So and at GenVideo, we've historically worked with CPG brands and electronic CE brands on a managed service basis to build out influencer campaigns for them, both for social and for e-commerce. And when I joined the company in 2015, I was brought on to kind of build out a self-service platform to build out something for some smaller, medium-sized businesses, exactly what what Amazon sellers would be now. And so that's what I've been doing for the last 2 years. I think we've kind of built out a good platform where the businesses can go in, build campaigns, and say, I want a video for my product, and I want kind of an unboxing or a product review, and then we'll have our community of influencers go and apply, and then the business can go and kind of go in, check out some profiles, see who fits their brand best.
Cool. And we're going to get into all that. So hold off on all the little nuggets there, because I want to ask specific details. But actually, I want to open a little bit with this because a lot of you guys that have been listening to the podcast and have followed me know that Kevin King and myself, we actually do advanced monthly training, and it's for something called the Illuminati Mastermind monthly training. I think, Sergio, you've spoken to Kevin King before. Yeah. And that's a webinar that we've been doing for a long time. Got a lot of high-level guys, sellers that are in there that are just crushing it, seven-figure sellers. And on the webinar, one of the things that we talked about on every webinar that was actually one of the most popular things was GenVideo, and people just really didn't know about it. And we were like, it's gen.video. And essentially we were teaching people, like, look, when you go to Amazon and you're doing product listing searches and you come up to something where there's some video shorts at the bottom above the reviews, people are like, what are those? How do I get into that? And that's what we taught. We're like, you know what? You can use GenVideo to actually do this. So that's what we did for the Illuminati Mastermind. And that, by the way, guys, if you go check that out, it's closed to the public at the moment, but we'll let you guys know when it reopens. But yeah, that's how powerful it was. We had a lot of people that were super interested in this. And when we talked to you, we're like, let's get you on the podcast, because I have probably like 20 questions I want to go through. Questions I've had asked of me, and I'm like, I'm not sure how to answer some of those things, and just general questions that I think a lot of people are going to be really interested in. So if you're ready to go, you've explained, I think both of us have explained a little bit about what GenVideo is, but essentially your service that allows people to get videos created that will show up on Amazon in what's called video shorts, right? So go ahead. You're about to say something.
Well, yeah, it's they actually changed that section. It's called related videos now.
Okay.
But yeah, it used to be called video shorts, and now it's just related videos, and it sits between the product description and the customer reviews.
Is that the only place that shows up? Because I remember in the past it used to show up in search results as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. They used to show up in search results before, I believe, like last year, and they've kind of changed some of the stuff there. I think it's a lot of the changes in terms of like their algorithm that they're moving around, still trying to figure out how video fits into their whole platform. Really.
Okay. All right. What if you're using an influencer to create one of these videos? What's the time limit that Amazon allows for one of these videos?
They're looking for 90 seconds to about 2 minutes for like the optimal videos. We can publish videos at any length, really. But from the stuff that we've talked to them about, they're looking at 90 seconds to 2 minutes.
Okay. What does Amazon not allow in these related videos?
Sure. They don't allow some of the branding stuff. So if you're going to publish videos that are maybe created by someone on YouTube, you'll notice that a lot of times they have like a little intro screener or an outro screener that with their logo or with their channel name. So that they don't really want that kind of stuff on it. They want something that's more of a straight into the meat of the video. So we kind of suggest try not to have it if you can't. If you can't not have it, it's also fine. We'll publish it. We have a pretty good working relationship with Amazon. So if we don't ever really take videos down because they ask us to, it's usually fine if it's not too out there.
Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong here, but I have a product. I want to get one of these related videos on Amazon because they're super powerful, right? Somebody's doing a search. They've just gone through my listing. They've read, they're going down to read my reviews, and bam, there's a video there of an unboxing or a review of my product. This video was something that I went to GenVideo, your Gen.video site. I signed up. I found an influencer on there, worked out the price. I had them create this video, and then you guys will take that video and you'll upload it to Amazon with whatever relationship you have, and then that's the extent of it, essentially, right?
Yeah. So we will take the video, and it's not necessarily just videos that you create through us. We also have another piece of the business where you can upload your videos that you've created already. And so we'll take the video essentially from you, whether it's yours or a video that you worked with a creator on our platform to make, and we publish it to Amazon within about 24, 36 hours. A lot of times it's usually shorter than that. We have it show up on all the ASINs that you've linked to the video. And once it's there, you'll get notification from us as soon as it's published, and you can see it on your product pages as well as on the video page in our platform. We're doing some other stuff around that to kind of show you some more metrics on it. We're just kind of playing with that stuff now. So looking at like product ranking or views and stuff based on when the video was published. So I think some of that stuff will be interesting that we're currently working on that will hopefully be really interesting for all the Amazon sellers out there.
Can a regular user, an Amazon seller, just go to Amazon and upload their own related video without using a service like yours?
So it depends on the kind of account you have. I think most people have Seller Central, and those don't have that upload ability right now. A lot of it is because Amazon's trying to control the quality of videos that go up there. So they work with a lot of companies like us to kind of be their firewall, or kind of like make sure that we're pushing videos that are high quality and not kind of things that go against their terms of service or anything like that. So we do some of that work on behalf of them because it would be a lot of work for them to do internally.
What kind of seller account do they allow to actually upload these?
I think it's Vendor Central.
Vendor Central?
Yeah, okay. I know like a lot of the larger brands and retailers we work with, they have those sort of accounts, so we can get, and those sort of accounts allow those videos to show up in the hero slots up at the top, along with the thumbnails. So when you see like those product pages that have videos up there, those are usually like larger brands that have that sort of access.
So can somebody use your service to actually get a video into their, as you call it, the hero slots, basically where your photos are?
If you don't have like a Vendor Central account, we can't do it for you. We do that for our some of our managed service clients who have those sort of accounts. We actually will upload it directly to there, but that's because they give us access to those accounts. Okay.
What are the fees? What can somebody expect to pay to use your service and hire an influencer?
Sure. So our influencer rates start at $500. And then they go up to whatever kind of quality of influencer you're looking for. You can usually, whenever you build a campaign, we ask you it's a minimum of 500, and then you can go up as high as you want. And then the influencers will then apply. The neat thing that we've done to kind of make sure the influencers aren't going too high is we ask them to apply within your budget. So if your budget is between, let's say, $500 and $1,000, and there's an influencer whose rate normally is, say, $2,000, but they're still interested in working with you, we ask them to apply within your budget. So they may say, I like the product, or I want to work with this brand. I'll bid at $1,000, and so it's really up to the seller to kind of set that budget, and then you can even negotiate a lot of times with the influencer to get them down a little bit, or like work on some deals. So we allow that. There's a messaging feature in the platform that allows you to do that as well.
Okay. What would be the difference if I went on there and I was talking to somebody that's a $500 influencer versus a $2,500 influencer?
Yeah, and a lot of it will really depend on their reach. So reach is a kind of important thing that we look at, and that's based on their social channels. We have numbers on their YouTube channel, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. So depending on what you're looking for is where you kind of go on that scale. So if you want someone to drive traffic to your product, it's usually best to go with a higher priced influencer, because they'll have a larger reach. They'll have more followers who are interested in the things that they kind of promote, and that's what's really neat about this kind of like what is called a micro influencer, where it's a little bit more focused on specific markets or industries. Like computer electronics influencer is very focused, and their followings be also very focused. So you'll have a higher chance of converting off of them, because they are going to promote something that they are interested in that then it obviously will flow down to their followers. So it really depends on reach. If you're looking for a straight up product review that will only ever live on Amazon, you're usually good with like a $500 influencer. We do a lot of vetting on our side to make sure whoever comes in and is making these videos is high quality, produces high quality videos, is well spoken, is great to work with. Isn't usually doesn't drop off if you've been working with them. We do a lot of this vetting every once in a while with our influencers to make sure everybody's up to date and kind of following the rules and making sure they're producing high quality videos.
Are the influencers required to share the video on their social media as part of this fee?
It depends if you choose it. So as part of building out your campaign, we ask you, where do you want these videos to go to? Do you want them to go to Amazon? Do you want them to go to YouTube or Facebook? So it's up to the seller to select where they want the videos to go, and that is part of what is displayed to the influencer when they go and apply it to it. They see that this has to go on my YouTube channel, has to go to my Facebook. So it's up to them to see that and apply and make sure that stuff gets out there. And again, we when a seller makes a payment, it's not paying the creator directly. It sits with us in escrow, and we do all those checks to make sure those videos are out on the different channels that the seller has asked for those videos to go to.
Okay, so if I have a product and I've negotiated with one of these influencers, how do we get the product to them? Does that go through you, or are they ordering it? Am I just shipping it to them?
It's usually handled between the seller and the influencer. They can order it themselves, and as you negotiate, you can kind of build that into the negotiation of the cost of shipping, or if or the seller usually provides like a discount code, promo code, and then the influencer uses that to purchase the video, purchase the product.
Will an influencer typically leave a review as well and post that video as your review, or is that allowed or not allowed?
It's against the terms of service for Amazon, because it's a paid service, and they don't allow paid reviews, obviously. So we always tell our influencers not to do that, because they are being paid for that video. But the video will show up right above the customer reviews, published through GenVideo. So that will be there. So
I would imagine most of your influencers have various social media platforms that they're working on, YouTube channels, Instagram, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Which social media platform do you think is the most important, in your opinion, for Amazon sellers when they're looking through the influencer bios?
YouTube. YouTube is usually YouTube is the best, because it's a little bit longer than the minute that you get for Instagram, and depending on what you're looking for, whether it's like a how-to, especially if you've got a product that's a little bit difficult to explain through text, you want somebody who's going to be a little bit more detailed in their videos, and that's the kind of stuff that you'll see on YouTube versus Instagram.
Okay, a lot of the accounts that are out there are in some cases they're faked, right? There's a lot of purchased subscribers or followers, things like that.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips or strategies for people to kind of filter through that and find the right person?
So one of the things we do is when people apply for your campaign, we build out a profile for them. So you don't have to go to their YouTube channel necessarily. You can go and look at the profile that we create, and the profile we create gives you some demographic information. So you'll see this person is good with certain age ranges and certain locations, and then you start seeing things like engagement rate, how many and completion rating on their videos. So we're pulling all this information from the YouTube API, and we're showing you that information as well as their last videos that they've created and published to YouTube. So you can sort on things like most viewed or most recent videos. So we try to give you as much information up front without you having to go dig yourself and go through their YouTube channel and dig through some of the information.
Great. Okay, so you can see their engagement and choose from there. So that's cool.
Yeah.
If you're selling on Amazon, Sergio, what would be more important? Would you rather have somebody that has a really big YouTube following, a lot of subscribers, so you can get those views and maybe some clicks on a link, or do you think it's more important to have that video on without the YouTube side, just have that video on Amazon?
I think it depends. It depends on what you're looking for. Like someone who's just getting onto Amazon and doing like a product launch, then you want those eyes. You want the subscriber, someone with a lot of subscribers on the YouTube channel. But if you're someone who has products already on Amazon and maybe are seeing that you need a little bit more explainer stuff, then you can just work with anyone really and get that video made to go into the related video section, and then you can reuse that video on your own social channels to get that stuff out, or on your website.
Roughly how many Amazon sellers have used your service, would you say?
At this point, we're looking probably but 300, something like that.
Okay, that's 300 paid members, right, that have used it?
300 people who've either signed up for one of our subscription plans to be able to upload their own videos, or have used us to generate videos.
Okay. And what would be, you've got a pretty good amount of data then. What strategies have you seen that work really well for an Amazon seller in terms of working with an influencer with the description, let's say on YouTube, to get a special link or whatever it might be, whether it's giveaways or contests or an affiliate link? What works best, do you think? What's something you've seen?
Yeah, so speaking of affiliate links, we actually create those affiliate links ourselves, and we insert those into the descriptions of the YouTube channels whenever a creator publishes a video through our platform to YouTube. So our platform will publish it to YouTube and insert all the description and any kind of special promos that the seller's looking for, as well as an affiliate link that's tracked back to the creator of that video, and we track clicks and all that, everything like that.
Does the creator get the revenue from that affiliate link, or is that
the creator?
They do.
The creator does, yes.
What if we wanted to use, like a two-step storefront URL or something that's going to give some keyword ranking juice? Can you request to substitute the affiliate link with a link like that? Is that something that can be done?
Yep. When you create your campaign, we ask you to either give us a product, like do a search using the Amazon API for your product, or give us a link, and a link that you might create that you can track yourself, and then you can use that, and we'll insert that instead of the affiliate link that we create. Okay,
cool. All right, so Sergio, you've been spending 4 months, let's say, on creating the most awesome private label product. What would be the search filter criteria you would use on your site to really find a really good person to actually do your launch or your video?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is the engagement, and looking through who fits the kind of demo that you're looking for as well, because you want to make sure that you're targeting someone whose followers are super engaged, are going to follow their clicks, are going to listen to what they've said, watch the video, watch the whole video that they've created, because you obviously spend a lot of money to get that made, and you want that completion rate to be pretty high, and that's all the stuff that we show on the profiles right now.
Okay. What's one of the best results you've seen from an Amazon seller in terms of whatever it was?
Yeah, one cool thing that we've seen, and we've started seeing a lot of new kind of sellers do this, is they'll get the video created by the influencer. Obviously, influencer will publish it to YouTube and Facebook, and then we take the video, obviously put it on Amazon. But what the seller then does is put some ad money behind the Facebook post. And we've seen that drive a lot of traffic. Somebody had done that with like a pet, like something to slow down your dog from eating their food too fast, and that generated hundreds of thousands of views. And it drove a good amount of traffic to their storefront on Amazon. So that's like a new way of kind of like using these as social ads. And that's the nice thing about a platform is you can also then download the video that gets created. It's yours, and you can do whatever you want with it. If you want to work with the creator to kind of boost their post on Facebook, or if you want to take the video and then create a Facebook ad with a video ad with it, or Instagram, wherever, you can do that too. So because it becomes the seller's property at that point.
Awesome. So in that scenario, was this an influencer that already had a nice Facebook following them or a page or something, or was it something that they just took the video and then uploaded it to Facebook or linked to YouTube and then ran a bunch of ads to it?
They had a good Facebook following. So
the influencer did.
The influencer did, yeah. And then the boost just kind of skyrocketed it.
Okay, well that's cool. All right, and hundreds of thousands of views, and so that generated. And I imagine they had a special link in there, and it just generated a ton of extra sales.
Yeah.
Okay. How much influencer or how much direction can I give the influencer to create this video?
You have a lot of control. Like I said, we have a messaging platform in there, so you can talk with them through the kind of a script or kind of really good talking points that you want. A lot of times, some of the larger influencers kind of have their own style already, so asking them to go out of that style is a little bit tricky because you're and which is fine. I think is understandable, because if you're choosing them, it's because you liked their style, not just their follower count. You like the kind of videos they make. But some of the smaller people who are just starting, they are very open to kind of working with the sellers and making sure they're kind of hitting some talking points or specific keywords that you want pointed out.
Okay, let's talk about ranking videos on Amazon. Okay, so with with keywords, so the titles, the descriptions, how important are these things to get your video to actually show up for your product? Maybe, hopefully not for other products. What can you do there, if anything?
Keywords and this kind of ranking stuff was really important in Amazon about a year ago. It's kind of changed a little bit because they're not showing much of those in the search results as often as they used to. And that's when we were really kind of taking some time to change some of the descriptions, change some of the titles to kind of emphasize those keywords that we're using. It's changed. It's not that as important anymore because it's more of they're linking these videos direct to products. So it's more of the product as a whole search results. So it's not as much the video anymore. I think that'll probably change as they invest more in videos, in video results and kind of their video platform, which it looks like they will be very soon. So right now it has no real effect, but when building out these videos and getting them uploaded, keep it in mind because I think that will be very important in probably next year.
So how do you get this video you created to show up on right above your descriptions on your page? How does Amazon know to stick it there?
When we upload those videos, we link them to all the ASINs that you've said that video is includes.
Okay, so there's back-end fields with ASINs that you guys enter?
Yeah. So it's important to kind of give us, and it doesn't work with just the parent ASIN. You have to give us all of the ASINs, all the children ASINs, and we make this pretty easy for the sellers because we do like we have a bulk upload where you can just copy and paste all the ASINs and we'll just take it from there, and those show up, and then that we'll make sure those show up in that related video section. I think you have up to 10 slots there on a regular desktop screen. So it's important to kind of get those there. One thing that we did notice is there's kind of like some like hijacking going on where a lot of sellers will put ASINs for competing products on their video, link to their video to get their product to show up on other products, and that's something that's totally against Amazon's terms of service. So we tell our users, and we do a lot of checks to make sure that doesn't happen. But we've seen it happen for a lot of our customers who've had competing products on them, and we've had to like go and ask them to either talk to their account manager at Amazon, or we'll try to help them out with it and talk with people that we have contacts with.
If you don't put those specific ASINs in there, that video will not show up on any other product. It'll only show up on the ones with the ASINs, 100%.
Right.
Okay. So the next thing, and you brought up a really good point, this hijacking. I've never even heard of video hijacking. So this is cool.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting topic. If this happens to somebody, people know how to deal with hijackers, but video hijackers, would you go through the same process almost where you contact Seller Central and say, hey, there's a video of some other product showing up on my listing?
Yes. Yeah. That's usually the way to go.
Okay.
If you don't hear back or if they're not being helpful, we can kind of go in and hit up our contacts and see if we can help you out.
Will the video always show up above descriptions once it's in there, or is it kind of like some kind of algorithm where sometimes it shows and sometimes it doesn't?
It'll show up, and it'll show up in chronological order. So you can, a lot of times, if you
chronological order of date uploaded, or
update uploaded, yeah. So if you're seeing someone else's video on your thing, on your on a strip, and you're not getting any help, you can always kind of upload your videos or get more videos and push them out. Outside of the strip. I mean, the strip will kind of carousel, but you can get them out of like the main, like the top 10, basically.
You mentioned earlier, well, actually, let me step back. I've seen some really bad videos, okay, on Amazon. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if they were yours or whose they were, but they were bad, and I'm just like, I would never want that on there. If I create a really cool video, and you talked about this earlier, and I want to upload my own because I know it's awesome, right? Yeah. You guys now do that, right? Is there any difference between me uploading one versus using an influencer?
No, there's no difference there. We do have some checks to make sure that those videos that you're uploading are high quality. Okay. Because
what's the resolution you need, by the way?
You can almost go like anything that's over like 720 is usually good. Think about like some of those older videos are usually the ones that are really, really bad. Because there's just someone probably had them whenever they first made the video. When we've seen some of them, and we haven't uploaded those videos to Amazon because of that. Because we want to make sure that everything's high quality. And again, like it doesn't. It's not because it hurts us. It hurts your brand, right? You don't want to see something up there that's shaky video or too grainy, and it's not serving any purpose. It's not explaining. It's not showing your product, at its best. So we try to do a lot of that, and sometimes we've had some times that people kind of mad at us for not uploading but we try to explain this exactly what I've just explained to you is what we explain to them. Is we want to make sure that everybody is getting, showing their best.
Do you find that there's a perfect number of videos to upload to your particular brand, or actually to a particular listing, an ASIN, that's better than just one video? I mean, is 2 or 3 better?
Yeah, like about 3 or 4 is usually the best, because you're thinking about the number of videos that will show up on a mobile device and on desktop, right? So on a mobile device, you'll see 3 or 4 depending on your screen size or whether you're on a tablet, and then on desktop you get like something like 10 videos up there. So if you get 3 to 4, you at least cover most of your bases.
If I see competitors' products on there and they're not even, let's just say that I'm selling, I'm selling candles, right? And then I see a video on a really cool candle holder or something like that. It's definitely not mine, let's say. That's something you can get removed as well, just by talking to your manager?
That's kind of weird. That's kind of tricky because it's not necessarily a competing candle, right? So like as ancillary products like that or accessories are usually okay because they're not really kind of fighting over the same money. Direct competitors usually the way to go is usually the ones that are going to get like removal.
Okay, so in that scenario, if I sell a soap dish holder, I can put ASINs of products that are soap, and that would be okay with you guys and with Amazon?
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. All right. What are some things that are coming down the pipeline, the future of GenVideo that people don't see right now? Actually, sorry.
Yeah.
That's a question I want to ask, but I want to ask one more thing before we move away from the submitting your own videos real quick. I just forgot about this one. How much does it cost if I create my own video? You guys were saying, $500 minimum for an influencer. If I'm submitting my own video, what's the fee?
Yeah. So we have monthly and yearly fees, but we'll just talk monthly. Monthly, we have a premium plan that's up to 10 videos total for your account. That's $25, $24.99. So it's $24.99 monthly to get up to 10 videos uploaded to your account and then uploaded to Amazon. And that's as many ASINs as you need. So
okay, super affordable. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I think. We crunch some numbers and we do some stuff, and a lot of times we see people, we think it's usually, we've heard feedback that it's a really good number, and that some people said you can probably charge more. And then there's another plan that we have. It's an unlimited, as many videos as you want, and that's $45 a month.
Okay, and you can upload one of those, let's say today, and within, you said 24 hours, it would get uploaded to Amazon, and you can do as many of these as you want. If I upload 20 of them today or 100 of them today over all my my ASINs, the next day they'd all be online?
Yeah.
And Amazon, I know you submit them within 24 hours. How long does it take before you start seeing them on the listings, or is it pretty much immediately?
It's usually you'll get a notification once it's been uploaded to Amazon, and then after that, it's about another 2 to 3 hours, depending on how long for them to refresh their pages internally. So you usually see about 2 to 3 hours after you get notified that the video's on Amazon.
So it's crazy for people not to be using this service. At the very least, get your own videos on there. And if you want additional traffic from an influencer who already has a built-in audience for hopefully your niche, then use those guys. Pay the $500 might not be any, or $500
and
minimum.
The 500, and that includes getting the video on Amazon too.
Okay, so that gets it on Amazon. And if they for $500, I mean, what's the deal? What have you seen like in terms of somebody who has a lot of, what can you get for subscribers on a YouTube influencer for $500? What have you seen? I know I'm putting you.
Yeah, I mean, you can see anywhere from someone who has like a minimum, let's say 1,000 influencers, to we've seen people with like 50,000.
50,000 potential subscribers for under $1,000 probably, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
$500.
Okay. All right. So going back to my other question, what are some of the cool things you guys are working on at GenVideo that we haven't seen yet?
So some of the near-term stuff that we're looking at right now is kind of product ranking. So if you've created a video and linked or a campaign and linked an ASIN to it, we start tracking some of the product ranking for that product. And that's just using the general Amazon API. And we're starting to look let's look at the product ranking for this product before it had this video, and then let's look at it after the video was posted, both social and Amazon. And we want to see we're starting to see like the influence it has on the conversion rate or units sold, things like that. We've been doing this for a while now with our larger brands because they have more traffic and it's easier to see those numbers. A lot of times, people, especially people who maybe are brand new to selling to Amazon, they don't have that product ranking history yet, or they don't sell enough that they actually rank yet. So we're trying to see what size of us or what type of product to kind of start looking at this data for. And then we also will have been starting to show play data for these videos. So if you upload a video to us, or if when a video gets uploaded to us on the video page that we create for it in our platform, there is a section for play data. So you can see engagement rate, completion rate and number of plays.
This is on Amazon? This is not on YouTube, or this is Amazon play rates?
On Amazon, and we already show YouTube play rates and engagement.
Cool. And when is that coming? When is that going to be available?
We're starting to kind of seed these out very slowly to some of our current Amazon sellers. The only thing is the play data that we get back from Amazon is a little delayed, so it's not real time. So it's taking us some time to actually get the data for this into our platform. But sellers should start seeing it a month or two after they have uploaded the video to us.
Very cool. Okay, so going back to your first point where you have the product rank data, are you talking about just BSR, or are you talking about keyword data, or what specifically?
So just I think that's exactly just the BSR, just how many units are sold, and then where that ranks in that specific category.
Okay. And you said you tie in through the API, so you have access to like the conversion rates, and it's going to show all of that as well, like if it's gone up or down.
We only get access to like the product ranking. to see like whether it's, you know, obviously lower numbers is better versus a higher number.
Gotcha. Okay. So what have you learned working with Amazon sellers that would be super valuable information to people that are listening today?
The most important thing is use, like, these videos are yours, right? The ones you create through us, they're yours, and it's important to kind of get as much out of it as possible. We let you take kind of thumbnails from the video. So one feature we have in the platform is you can generate still images from the video, and you can reuse those. You could download them and then use them for your Facebook ads or use them on your website. So the most important thing is, it's your video. Use it as much as possible. Get as much use out of it as possible. You've paid for it, right? And so you can download it from our platform at 1080p or as highest quality as possible, and then you know, cut it up, make Facebook ads, make Instagram ads, use it to post to all your social channels, use it on your own website, you can use it for images on your product pages, whether you use Amazon or you have your own Shopify store or something like that. So that's the most important thing that I've seen that really kind of smart sellers have started to do, and what we want them to do, because, you know, we built a whole platform that allows you to use this. It'd be a shame if it's not fully being taken advantage of.
Aside from GenVideo, what would you recommend to a regular Amazon seller if they wanted to go about getting influencers to review their products?
A lot of times it's pretty easy to kind of find people, whether it's you're scrolling through your own Instagram feed or watching YouTube videos and just contacting them directly. The only thing is, like, then you're kind of taking on a little bit more responsibility and kind of, especially like payments, where you don't have that kind of in-between person that will if you paid them and then the video doesn't get made, you know, unless, you know, how will you get some of the money back? A lot of times PayPal will help you out, but if you do like Venmo or something like that, it's very difficult to get the money back. But you can usually work with them directly. And there are other companies out there. You know, Google bought a company called FameBit last year, and they do those. You can make videos with them as well. One thing that not a lot of people have is that Amazon piece that we kind of, I think, is a really big differentiator for us.
Yeah.
In the market.
Cool. If I have 10 products and I'm looking for an influencer and I want them to review all of them at one time, is that something I can do?
Yeah, you can definitely do that. And a lot of times they'll work with you on price. You know, our guys are pretty flexible. Again, you know, they're almost getting the product for free too. So it's whatever their rate is and whatever you know, the cost of the product is, that's included for them. So they know that, especially with higher, you know, priced products as well.
So since each product though has its own ASIN and it has its own keywords and titles and descriptions and all that, would we have to set each one of those up individually within your system, or can we just say select one person and say these are the 10 products and then they work it out with you guys on the back end?
You can do it both ways. When you create a campaign, you can create one campaign per product, or you can create one campaign and just make sure you list all the ASINs in that campaign, and then we'll push all those links in the descriptions for you. But it's really up to you how you want to work. If you want to be, if you know you want one person, you can put them all. You can put them all in one. Or if you work with somebody in the past and you want to say, I have a video, I need like these 10 videos for this one thing, I'll just put in one campaign. It's up to you. It's really up to you how you want to work on it.
Cool. How many influencers do you have on your network right now in your system?
I think we're over something like almost 2,500, 3,000. It's not a lot, honestly. It isn't a lot. It's a big number because we try to keep our quality as high as possible. And we've, when we rebranded, we actually kind of flushed our whole community out and kind of restarted. And now we're just kind of like we've been building it up for the last 2 years. You know, we've kind of almost, since I joined, it's tripled the number of people we've had. And so it's hard balancing the work as a product manager between like building out for a creator versus building out for brands. And we've been focused a lot on brands, right? up until now. So
right, cool. Well, we've recommended you guys for probably about a year now, before anybody, at least that we knew, had even heard of you guys. And I know that we've sent a lot of people over, and I recommend you guys that are listening to check them out. It's a really cool service. So Sergio, if people want to reach out to you, find out more, what's the best way of doing that?
You can shoot me an email if you have specific questions for me, Sergio@gen.video. Other than that, send messages through our Facebook page, Twitter. Twitter's at @gen_video. And Facebook, you can just find us at facebook.com/GenVideo.
Great. And guys, we're going to be posting this podcast in our Facebook group. So if you're listening to this and you want to actually watch the video, I know you might be just listening to the audio only version, join the FBA High Rollers. We're going to be tagging Sergio in there so that he can answer any questions you have there. If you're not part of that member or that community, there's over 25,000 Amazon sellers in there. And you can get there by typing in FBA High Rollers into the search bar at Facebook, or just head over to ampmpodcast.com/Facebook. So Sergio Vargas, awesome interview. This was really cool. Yeah. I learned a lot. It's got me inspired again. I'm like, I think I'm going to be talking to you right after this and submitting some stuff. So nice. Thank you for coming on the show.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
Take care.
Bye.
Make sure you slam the subscribe button. Give that video a thumbs up and share it. One final thing, if you want the most badassical Chrome extension for Amazon sellers, download the Helium 10 Chrome extension for free at helium10.com. The link is also in the description. What other topics would you like us to cover? Write them below in the comments.
You've been listening to the AMPM podcast hosted by Manny Coates. For more information, insider tools, and to get the resources mentioned in this episode, visit ampmpodcast.com.